Hello, everyone, and welcome to our holiday edition of Stay at Home and Cook with Us. Look, we are excited to be with you again. Listen, we know the holiday season is coming, and we are preparing you to make sure you're prepared for your holiday meal this Thanksgiving season coming up, and the rest of the holiday season that's coming up. You know who we are. This is New Kingdom Faith with Bedazzled Treats. I'm Pastor Dante with Monet. We are here today to make sure you are prepared with a great menu for this holiday season. 2020 has been something else, but guess what? We're going to make sure that you have something on your table that folk that have never seen before. They didn't even know that you could make. Come on, you got to try something different in this season. So what? Monet has something real nice and special in store for you. So listen, get your little pen, pad out, or if you can't remember, make sure you rewatch the episode over again so you can be able to make these great dishes. I can't wait to taste them. I think they're going to be awesome. Thanksgiving is going to come early for us that stay at home and cook with us. In fact, it's going to come in the next about 20, 30 minutes, and we're going to be able to eat a little bit. Okay, so listen, here we are with Monet, and she's going to share with us what we're going to be eating, what we're going to be tasting tonight.
Thank you, Pastor. So we're going to do something a little different for the holidays. We have pecan pie that we're going to do from homemade, and then a cranberry sauce to go with your turkey for the holiday season. So I know I was used to the Ocean Spray canned cranberry sauce. What about you, Pastor?
Yeah, I didn't really do too much with the cranberry sauce from Ocean because that just didn't look right. I mean, it just didn't look right to me. But, I think this is going to be pretty good.
Yes, so we're going to do that from scratch. So we're going to get right into the ingredients, guys. So the ingredients that we have for the pecan pie that we're going to do, we already have an already made pie crust. And I've already filled it with the pecans. You're going to use pecan halves. And that's going to be 1 1/2 cup of the pecan halves. And this is an already made pie crust. If you want to do your pie crust from scratch, you can. You can inbox us, and then we can give you a recipe for a homemade pie crust. But this is a ready-made pie crust that we purchased. We also have 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. This butter is room temperature, so you're going to need this butter to be room temperature. We have a cup of granulated sugar, 3 eggs. You're going to utilize 3 tablespoons. That's 3 tablespoons of your brown sugar. I have a light brown sugar. You can also use the dark brown, whichever you prefer. You're going to use some vanilla extract. You're going to also utilize some corn syrup. This is the Caro corn syrup. They have the dark brand. I use the light brand. And then we're going to get started, guys. So like I said before, you have your already made pie crust with your 1 1/2 cup of your pecan halves. I have a mixing bowl here, and then we're just going to get started. So we're going to place our eggs into the mixing bowl as so. So we have 3 eggs here. Make sure you don't have any shells there. So we're going to do 3 large eggs. That's 3 large eggs, guys. And this is going to be a really quick and simple pecan pie. I know one of my friends, Shantae Bates, said that she was willing and diligently going to look at this podcast so that we can show her how to do the homemade pecan pie. This is one of her favorites, and we're going to show her today along with everyone else. And then we're going to add our 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 cup of the granulated sugar, and you're just going to mix this as so with a whisk. You can also utilize a hand mixer, but we're going to utilize a whisk today. And you're just going to whisk and cream all of these ingredients together. That's your 3 eggs, your 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, and your 1 cup of the granulated sugar. Until it starts looking as so, you're going to make sure that those eggs are beaten and well combined with all of your sugars here. And then we're going to do a splash of the vanilla extract. And then we're going to utilize a cup of the Caro syrup. So that's what's going to make your pecan pie come together. So I have my measurer here. And like I said, this is the Caro corn syrup. And you're going to measure 1 cup of the Karo syrup, and you're going to add that in as well. And this is really, really thick. I utilize Karo syrup in my yams for the holidays as well. You want to make sure that it's nice and sweet and thick. So we have 1 cup of the corn syrup, which is the Karo syrup. You can utilize the light or the dark for this recipe. And then you're going to add it. Make sure all of it is in the ingredients here, along with that vanilla. And then you're going to whisk these ingredients as well. So we're going to do a brief recap, guys. So in this bowl, we put our 3 eggs. We also put our 1 cup of sugar. That's the granulated sugar. You can use sugar in the raw, whatever sugar you prefer. Then we utilize 3 tablespoons of the brown sugar. I use a light brown. You can do dark brown as well. 1 cup of the Karo syrup. Make sure this is nice and beaten and well combined, guys. And then a splash of the vanilla extract. And that is it, guys. And then you're just going to coat this mixture in with your pecans that's already in the pie shell, as so. And then you're going to add your butter in. And then you're just going to bake it in the oven. You're going to bake this in the oven for 350 degrees for 50 minutes. Once it comes to about 30 minutes or so, what you're going to do next is you're going to place an aluminum foil over top of the pie shell and then cook it for the rest of the 20 minutes. So let me give you that step again. So once you put all of your well-combined ingredients in the pie shell, you're going to bake for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. And then at that 30-minute mark, you're going to put a piece of aluminum foil over this pie shell and then cook for the additional 20 minutes, guys. And that is it, your pecan pie. And we're just going to put that in the oven. And then we're going to get started on our cranberry sauce, guys. So I'll be right back. So we are back, guys. We put that pie shell in the oven, like I said before, at 350 degrees. And you're going to cook that pie for about 50 minutes or so. And then at that 30-minute mark, we're going to make sure we check on that pie. And we're going to put some aluminum foil over top of that pie for another additional 20 minutes. And that's going to be your last step. And then that cake is going to go on our cooling rack. And then we're going to get started on our homemade cranberry sauce. So what we have here, we have our pot. You're going to put 4 cups, that's 4 cups of cranberries. You can utilize the frozen cranberries. I actually got the cranberries that are fresh, the fresh cranberries, as you can see in the pot there. So that's 4 cups. That's 4 cups of the cranberries, and then you're going to put 2 cups of water. If you like, you can do 1 cup of the water and 1 cup of orange juice, because orange and cranberries go really, really well together. But if not, you can just utilize the water there. And then you're going to dissolve that water with a cup of sugar. And then you're just going to bring this to a boil, guys. And once this comes to a boil, after the sugar dissolves, the cranberries are going to start to cook on their own, and they're going to start to pop, and then they're going to start to mush together. And that process takes about 10 minutes or so. So like I said before, we've already put 4 cups of the fresh cranberries here, and then 2 cups of water, and then we have the granulated sugar. That's about 1 cup or so. And then we're going to cook this mixture down. It's going to come to a boil. And then once this mixture comes to a boil, then it's going to start to pop. So you're going to hear it's going to sound like popcorn. It's going to go pop, pop, pop. Just stay out the way because you don't want it to, pop you in the eye or anything. But it's going to start to pop. That means that the cranberries are actually coming to a head and they're going to bust open. And you want those cranberries to bust open so it can start to solidify with the other ingredients, the water and the sugar, and then it's going to dissolve even more, and then it's going to start to crumble together. And that's what you want the consistency to look like. And then at that point, I'm going to add some cinnamon sticks here. So we have cinnamon sticks. I'm going to add about 2 cinnamon sticks. And then we're going to utilize some of this orange here, and we're going to zest. So I have a zester, and we're going to zest some orange peel, and then we're going to let it cool and put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. So we're going to do a brief recap of that. So we have 2 cups of water, 1 cup of sugar. We have 4 cups of fresh cranberries here. And that's what the cranberries look like. And then we put it on so that it can come to a nice boil. The sugar is going to dissolve very, very nicely with these fresh cranberries. You want to make sure that your cranberries are rinsed. That's another key, guys. So the cranberries need to be rinsed, and you need to take the ones that are bad out of the pack. Those would be ones that are discolored or some that are freckled. You want all of your cranberries to pretty much look the same here, nice and red and plump and juicy. So we're going to make sure that this mixture comes to a boil. And then when it comes to a boil, you're going to hear a popping sound, and those are the cranberries actually popping in the pan here. And then you want this mixture to actually come to a boil. And then that is it. And like I said before, this process takes about 10 minutes. And then once this process does what it does, and then we're going to let it cool, we're going to add our cinnamon sticks. The cinnamon sticks is actually going to give it a nice flavor. You can also add raisins. You can add carrots. You can even add pecans to this fresh cranberry sauce. It's just your preference, but we're just going to do the hints of orange today. So I have a fresh orange, and we're going to zest that fresh orange at the end stage of this cranberry sauce. So like I said before, 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. You want this to come to a nice boil. And then from there, they're going to start popping. And you always want the mixture to cool. Once it cools, that's when you're going to really see all of the juices come together, and then it's going to start to, there it goes, it's popping. Uh-oh, let me get away. It's popping. Uh-oh, I told you it's going to sound like popcorn in here. So they're popping. That's what you want. You want all of the cranberries to pop. And then it's going to come and get really, really thick in there. I love homemade cranberry sauce. I actually had the chance to have 2, both the ocean spray kind and homemade. And as you can see, it's coming to a nice boil here. Oh, it's popping, guys. Sorry, but it's, you want them to pop. Just don't get too close to it. You want to watch some TV while it's popping, and you don't want to actually stand there in front of it. You don't have to, but I'm just showing you how it's going to come together. So you want to make sure that they pop. And as you can see, it's boiling down. And you can hear the pops. Sound like popcorn. Cranberry popcorn. And then, like I said before, we're going to add some cinnamon sticks to this mixture, guys. This is going to give it a nice fall smelling flavor. You're going to like all of these hints of cinnamon and orange flavors. It's boiling. You're going to add those cinnamon sticks almost like you're making homemade tea. You're going to let that boil for another 5 minutes or so that those cinnamon sticks, you can move them around. Those cinnamon sticks actually gets their flavor. It's popping again, y'all. Sorry. We're going to let that cook down for another 5 minutes. And then at that end stage, we're going to add the fresh orange and then we're going to lay this to cool for 30 minutes. And then you're going to put it in the fridge. You can let it continue, because once it gets cool, the cooler it gets, the thicker it gets. So you should let it stay over the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Or you could just prep it, the night before Thanksgiving, and then that way you could just put it on your table for the holiday the next day. But you're prepping it the day before because you want it to cool. Okay, so we're going to give this mixture another 3 minutes because it's starting to thicken, as you can see, and those cranberries are popping. And you want them to pop all the way. And I'm going to give this another 3 minutes or so, and then we're going to zest our fresh orange in there. And then we're just going to take it off and let it cool. And then we're going to be back to, because I have some that's already cooling. I want you to see the end result. So give this another 3 minutes. So we have our orange here, our fresh orange. And I have a zester. And you want to zest about 2 tablespoons or so. 2 tablespoons of the fresh orange. And we're going to remove this off because it's already thickened, like I said before. It's nice and thick. You can smell that cinnamon because you're boiling that cinnamon in with there. And you can pull those out at the end right before you put it in the refrigerator, the cinnamon sticks. But we use fresh cinnamon sticks. If you don't have cinnamon sticks, you can utilize just regular ground cinnamon. I would do about 2 tablespoons of the ground cinnamon. And then we're going to remove that off of the burner there so it can start to cool. As you can see, it's starting to thicken already. And it does the remaining in the refrigerator. And then at this stage, this is when you want to add your fresh orange, your raisins. If you want to put raisins in there, you can utilize pecan, carrots, any of those flavors. And then we're just going to add fresh orange peel in there. Smells really, really good already. And you're going to do about 2 tablespoons or so of the fresh orange. This is the zester. You want that nice fresh orange peel in there. And then that is it. And then we're going to give this a nice stir. You want to make sure all of your orange peels are in there. And then you're going to stir that in. And then, like I said before, it takes about 30 minutes, guys, to cool. And then you're going to do the remaining stage in the refrigerator and then comes out. And then I'll be back to show you the end result. Be back soon, guys.
We're back. Look, I am telling you, this pecan pie looks absolutely delicious. And this cranberry sauce, oh my goodness, OMG, it looks so good. Look at that pecan pie. I mean, this is homemade pecan pie and homemade cranberry sauce. It looks absolutely delicious. I can't wait till we get into this. Like I told y'all, Thanksgiving coming early. It came early this time. It came early this time. Look, we had a pecan pie and we had homemade cranberry sauce. I mean, this looks absolutely delicious. So we're excited. Monet, thank you so much for coming out again today to actually help set the stage for a beautiful 2020. 2020 has been something else, y'all. I don't know about anybody else, but I can't wait for Thanksgiving Day. I can't wait for us to be able to sit and dine with our family, for our close-knit families. We don't want to have a whole bunch of people. We're still dealing with the virus, but we want to make sure we have some fresh ideas at the table. So we have a pecan pie and we got homemade cranberries. So look, y'all, make sure you relook at these recipes if you want to make sure that you can do them correctly. Like it, share it with so many other people. Share it with your mom, share it with your grandmother, share it with anybody that loves to cook, your dad, whoever does the cooking. Say, hey, look, let's try something new here because you've seen it first here at Stay at Home and Cook with Us. Look, we thank you, everyone, for coming in, everyone for checking us out. Make sure you like, share, go on New Kingdom TV, all the shows that we got on New Kingdom TV, and we can't wait to see you again when we have another segment of Stay at Home and Cook with Us. Have a good evening.